Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back. Today's reflection is upon a beautiful segment which has been mentioned in more than one ayah of the Quran, which reads as وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى, which means no bearer of a sin shall bear the sin of another. This segment has been mentioned in an ayah 164 of chapter Al-An'am, ayah number 15 of Surah Al-Isra, ayah number 7 of Surah Al-Zumar, ayah number 18 of Surah Fatir, and verse number 38 of Surah Al-Najm. It has a great significance, that's why it has been mentioned repeatedly, and sometimes we see it in a beautiful calligraphy and written in some posts, and many of us do not really understand what it means. وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. The word wazira is the soul that bears something which is heavy load. And that's why in Arabic they call the minister wazir, because he's carrying a heavy load and he is in charge of a lot of duties. Wizara, heavy load. So al-wazira is used to express about how heavy will be the load of the sins whenever a person is carrying loads of sins. Allah the Almighty stated this Quranic rule, as I mentioned earlier, in 5 different positions in the Quran, scattered in 5 different chapters of the Quran, to confirm the fact that no one shall bear the sin of another. وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. And no one will be held accountable but for what he or she have earned for their own doing. And whatever they've done will be displayed before their eyes. وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. So that no one expects a son, a daughter, a wife, a spouse, or a loved person to help him out to take some of their sins. As a matter of fact, the Quran says the opposite. يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه. On the day every person shall run away and flee from whom? From his closest friends, closest family members, his wife, his children, his parents, his spouse. Everyone would run away from everyone. Everyone would like to sacrifice anyone, including his most beloved in this life, so that he or she will be saved. But Allah the Almighty says that no bearer of a sin shall bear the sin of another. Similarly, if you are in need for a single good deed, no one will be willing to give you that single good deed, not even your most beloved ones in this life. Each and every one of us should worry about themselves and those whom he loves. Try to save himself and save those who are around him, as Allah the Almighty says in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. Surah Al-Tahrim, ayah number 6. O you who believe, protect yourselves and your family members against fire. In this ayah, Allah the Almighty says that the fuel of this fire will be rocks and people. May Allah the Almighty protect us. But there is no contradiction between this ayah, this Quranic rule, which has been mentioned repeatedly in the Quran 5 times, as I said, and another reference in Surah Al-Ankabut, in which Allah the Almighty says, وَلَا يَحْمِلُنَّ أَثْقَالًا مَعَ أَثْقَالِهِمْ. And in Surah Al-Nahl, when Allah the Almighty says, لِيَحْمِلُوا أَوْزَارَهُمْ كَامِلَةً يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَمِنْ أَوْزَارِ الَّذِينَ يُضِلُّونَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ أَلَا سَاءَ مَا يَزِرُونَ. The 2 references of Surah Al-Ankabut and of Surah Al-Nahl refer to the person's evil doing as well. Whenever a person misleads others, whenever a person suggests something evil to others, then they act upon it. So it's his own earning because he misled others. So in this case, he shall come on the day of judgment with his own sins, bearing them. That's wazira. And also, وَلَا يَحْمِلُنَّ أَثْقَالَهُمْ وَأَثْقَالًا مَعَ أَثْقَالِهِمْ. And other sins will be added to their sins. Other heavy loads will be added to their heavy load of sins. Why? The sins of those who acted upon their misguidance, who followed their going astray. ليحملوا أوزارهم كاملة, so they shall bear their full deeds, all their sins. ومن أوزار الذين يضلونهم بغير علم, because they have introduced innovations to people. They have misled some people. They have misguided some people. They have presented on the screen or audio, video materials, anything which cause misguidance to people. So everyone who have been misguided is a sinner and will bear his or her own sins. In addition to the person who suggested the evil, who introduced the sin to others, shall receive a similar sin of theirs without affecting the sin of anyone. On the other hand, the Prophet ﷺ said, من استنى سنة حسنة فله أجرها وأجر من عمل بها إلى يوم القيامة لا ينقص ذلك من أجورهم شيئا. If a person suggests something good to people, introduces guidance to people, so they act upon it, on the day of judgment, whatever he presented to them of guidance, he will be rewarded for it. And if any person happen to follow his guidance, will be rewarded, and he shall retain a similar reward without affecting or diminishing the reward of either one of them. Would like to be, of course, of the second category, not of the first one, who will bear their own sins fully, in addition to the sins of those whom they have misled. May Allah guide us to what is best. Brothers and sisters, remember this golden Quranic rule: وَلَا تَزِرُ وَزِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.